Hello, welcome in. There is a massive change occurring. This is the shift that you have been waiting for. You guys are very big. Hello, hello, welcome in. This situation will come to you. This message will come to you when you are in the reckoning of something. When you are at a crossroads, needing to make a very important decision. This may deal with a failure. You guys are still trying to, hold on. You guys are still trying to determine where to go from here. This shift will make way to new potentials. The energies are gaining momentum and you are magnetizing opportunities. There's a situation where someone, a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing, that you have been helping. You have been around dangerous individuals. Although you may be in the service position, you are the one that you are extending the helping hand. You will be met with people in your work through the 6th house, you through the 12th house as well. You will be met with a lot of people who are your complete opposite. These people are failures and you are a success. Now, while it's your obligation, it's your duty, it's your passion to help people who are less fortunate than you, some of these people will turn into an enemy. Some of these people, hello DYL. Never mind. Friend. It's so warm and squishy. Okay, bye. So you are a service to these failures. You are a service to these people. But some people will want to bring about misery to your soul. The nerve of certain individuals, after helping them, the audacity of them to wish an ill will because of who you are and how you express yourself. You are about to experience a major shift, and you are flowing so gracefully and dancing with this ever-changing nature of our reality. Okay, look. Okay, somebody that made another account and came back, friends. I'm hearing something about you were helping someone who was a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing. They intended to bring misery to your soul. You are finally releasing this old dead weight. I'm hearing an old failure. This may even be from a long time ago, a past baggage. You always end up feeling like the sacrificial lamb. But these failures and these failed relationships, they represent a mirror to you success versus failure. This is a new beginning, and I definitely feel like now, although some of these situations may be bittersweet leaving these people behind, some of them you did grow a fondness for them, right? Some of them you did experience fears and anxieties, you did experience momentary pain. but you are finally able to give birth to the new and flow gracefully with these changes. Things are different now. Someone in an environment has been extremely unstable mentally and emotionally. Y'all, who is this? How many accounts do they got? Like, oh my God. All right. So you have been dealing with a Peter Pan. This person may be an elder, they may be a senior, they may be older than you, but these people, they're failures at life. You are the total opposite. You are a success. You are a service-oriented, passionate, and purpose-driven individual. It don't matter how old they is. If they're a piece of shit, they're going to be persecuted, and some of them they really were. The tables are turning in this situation. This person has become extremely, how they wanted you to be unstable, how they wanted you to be the one left out. You were the one previously disadvantaged in the situation. Can you please leave me alone? I'm just gonna block all 40 of them then. Fred, please. What did I do? I know who I am. I know I am. That's great. Okay? Friends. Something where someone, they didn't really know who you were, and they were building resentment watching you express yourself, watching you make decisions for yourself, think for yourself. You projected yourself as if you knew who you were. You were very vigorous in this service. You demanded a total reform. Okay? You demanded some type of, where this may have involved a social or financial opportunity. I definitely feel like this situation failed because this person has been super ineffective at, taking required actions. This person, failed to be, to comply with basic rules. You, with your service, you demanded a total reform. You had a dream of this person recovering from this failure. Some of them, they have literally been on their deathbed and they are totally endangered and at risk without your service. These people, they thought that they had other opportunities, social and financial opportunities, and now they are the ones that are left feeling abandoned and rejected when all of those opportunities fell through. They took your opportunity and risked your opportunity, took it for granted. You knew that you would be a service to these people. Something about you, you knew that there was a risk of failure. You knew that there was this person, if they've been a Peter Pan for this long and showing little initiative, you kind of knew that it would just be something where you acted out of a goodwill. But you destroyed this Peter Pan. Something about them, they lay and they are dissipating, they are eroding, they are decelerating. They will be passing away within the next 2 to 4 years when they could have had 20 years. This person has been in a conflict with you on a subconscious level. I like a girl at work. I like a girl at work. We both make lots of eye contact and always get caught staring at each other. Can I get a reading, please? Okay, maybe. Always shut up. What was the, y'all, you know what? Friends, please. I'm not even gonna pay attention to that today, okay? Because I already know what's going on. So you have been, this person has been unable, they failed to comply. They did not take the required actions, and a lot of them, they still have been ineffective at planning, and they have not been able to follow through. So you need to make decisions for yourself, right? You have been at a crossroads. You've been considering this opportunity and whether or not you should plan and fulfill around this opportunity. These people are doomed. You demanded total reform and they were not able to comply. Instead of growing up, taking responsibility, they built resentment. They're watching you from fake social media accounts. They will not have a wish fulfillment. You have the opportunity to save this person, but you deciding to go in a new direction is actually going to overwhelm them with fear and anxiety because they know that they have no other option of service the way that you do. They are now seeing you expanding in social and financial opportunities. They are the ones seeing you leveling up, and they are dissipating and eroding. They were under a heavy illusion of some type of wishful thinking. They failed, thought that they would have another option. Some of them tried to replace you and replace the service that you were offering them after realizing who you were, your desires, your actions, and realizing that you were something about them growing resentful around a power and status around you. The resentment is building because you have decided to go in a new direction. You've been magnetized towards a new opportunity, and they're watching you be successful and have wish fulfillment from a fake social media account. They are very endangered and at risk without your service. You finally have, the change and the shift that's occurring for you right now involves you integrating your knowing around this conflict that has been occurring on a subconscious level. A lot of these people will never be forthright with you. They will never be direct about their conflict, right? Some of them, they are not even aware of some of their unconscious patterning. They're not even aware of their resentment and how they've been self-sabotaging and acting from that place of hate with you, hating your power, hating your status. They're overwhelmed with fears and anxieties. And you are the one reaching your acceptance around the loss and the grief and the failure of the situation. These people were not able to comply. They refused to grow up and make a decision. Some of them, they have been at a crossroads for a long time. Someone's name that starts with the letter Q: Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're watching you move on with your life, move on from this failure that they were, and shift into a new potential. They are doomed without your service. They are doomed without your support. Some of them, they're begging you for your support now. They're begging you to expand your emotional capacity to love them. But when you realize that they intended to bring misery to your soul, you made your final decision and put the nail in their grave. This is a sweet release of this old timeline, this old opportunity that you considered. Now you can make decisions for yourself and move into your future realities. Now, your actions that you're taking now from a place of saying no to these failures, saying, no, I'm not going to support you through Peter Pan. I'm not going to support you taking foolish risk. I'm not going to support you wasting time. I'm not going to support you wasting money. I'm not going to support you entertaining illusions. Some of them have come into full awareness of their decision making, and they still have been failing to comply and are not taking the required actions. Asking for chance after chance after chance. Negro, no. You finally got everything you needed to understand what has been happening, why the situation failed. Some of you guys were dealing with some type of fears around this and, scared of your new realities, not wanting to leave them. Someone who was previously in a stronger position now finds themselves in a weaker position. These Peter Pans won't grow up and make the decision that offers them the greatest amount of utility. They won't make the responsible decision. They know that they need to comply and take required actions. They know what they need to do. They are aware of your desires and your current dreams. But because they have this resentment, because they have been wanting to bring about misery to your soul, for as long as they've been at this crossroads, they have been wanting to destroy your emotional realm, drag you with laziness and sadness and a lack of closure. I will not grant anyone permission to make me feel things I do not want to feel. It's not my fault that you're a failure at life. Now that you have come into your acceptance, this is creating so much room for new realities, for future realities. Why would you waste your time on someone else when there's so many more financial opportunities that you can have? A lot of these people, like I said, please, they have been extremely unstable. They wanted you to be at a disadvantage. They wanted to endanger your life. They wanted to put you at risk. They wanted to see something crumble for you. They intentionally brought about misery. They intentionally sought to emotionally overwhelm. They intentionally tried to obscure the truth. They have been wanting to cause a conflict. But you have needed to, you've known what's been going on. But you've been at this crossroads waiting, wishing that they would become success with you. You know that they're a failure. You know that they're doomed without you. And you've been like, let go of the conflict. But they have been coming around with a facade, coming around trying to obscure. This has been happening on a subconscious level, and you are finally integrating your knowing so that you can have your peace and acceptance from the loss that was associated, the grief that was associated with this situation, this failure, change and move in a new direction. You will no longer have fear and anxiety about this because you have integrated your knowing. Something that has been happening subconsciously is you are fully aware of it. And now the energy is gaining momentum and you are magnetizing new opportunities. They see you with new opportunities now and they wanted you to be left out, scarce and disadvantaged. They wanted all your options to fall through. I will not forfeit the power of my emotions to anyone who intends to bring about misery to my soul. This subconscious thing, you're about to change and shift into, your life is about to change. As you bring this information, this pertinent information from your subconscious into your consciousness, you will expand your emotional capacity. You will expand your ability to emotionally regulate. You will expand your ability to love. You still have unconditional love for these people, but you cannot waste your time and energy on failures. We need to take required action today to manifest our future reality. If someone has been in a crossroads, stuck in their own resentment, some of them stuck in their ego because all their other options failed through, and you know that they have been elsewhere, right? They have such an ego, right, around coming to you, and right, some of you are rejecting them because you're not a second choice. You are a matter of priority. It's too late for some of them. They already know it's too late. Please go off and be great. These failures, they are left on the south end. They will be overwhelmed as they watch you from these fake social media accounts. They will be overwhelmed as they watch you with new opportunities and social networks. Some of them, they wanted you to be left out of a network. They didn't want to see you get supported. Now they see you getting tons of external validation. They are being persecuted and receiving harsh karma. They wanted to see you suffer. Now they are the ones suffering. They make themselves suffer as they watch you from these fake social media accounts. You will forget them. I'm hearing people shrinking violets. You will forget them in their role, in their role that they played in your life. A Capricorn, extremely unfavorable circumstances. Some of them have lost their wealth, lost their abundance. You are the one in a stronger position now. They were failures. They were not able to comply. Something about them, they obscured this and tried to keep you at this crossroads. They tried to keep you, lingering. They were lingering in spaces, wasting, so that you would not move on. Some of them, they were never making plans to fulfill. But instead of holding on to them because of an attachment that you formed through your service, you are leaving them doomed. Make the decision to close the door. You know that they're failures, but they've been lingering and attaching onto you as an energy vampire, so they can impact your future reality. Now through the first house, they're seeing all of your desires, all of your actions that you're taking now, represent your true desires. They represent your essential self, and they know that this will fulfill you and create the reality that you desire. Some of you guys, they watched you create a new reality. You've already done this. You've already leveled up on them. And they've been stuck at this crossroads, not making decisions, and watching you make the conscious decision to leave them behind. They're overwhelmed by their loss. They thought that you were going to be the one without options. They thought that you were going to be the one without external validation. They thought that you were going to be the one disadvantaged, facing the unfavorable circumstance. Some of them, they wanted to steal your intellectual property. They want to talk like you really bad. They want to dress like you really bad. They want your body types really bad. Some of these masculines that you dated, romantic options, they were just obsessed with your body and could not stop objectifying your body. Intimidated by your body existing because it was better than their other options. This person is very unstable. This Scorpio. Y'all, do not feel guilty for leaving these people with nada, because they intended to bring about misery. They intended to leave you obscure. They intended to leave you without closure. Some of them, they ignored you, wanted to emotionally overwhelm them with their with destructive behaviors. Your life is about to change right in front of their face. They are doomed. Somebody's name that starts with the letter A. All their other options fell through. Their realities are changing for and they're moving into persecution. Your reality is changing and expanding your personal freedoms. A Taurus, stuck in a dead-end marriage. Something happened at the age of 29 years old. Tell me more about this, friend. Oh my God, this is very intense. Because these are people who are failures and you are a success. Okay? They will be, once they were the ones that were in the favorable position, they were the ones that were considered the success. Now they are shifting into failure. Some of them, they wanted to steal your business, or they wanted to steal your wealth. Now their wealth and their business is stolen. Failed. You finally, the reason why your life is about to change is because you're finally reaching acceptance about this conflict that you've been in with someone. Maybe you've been in denial. You haven't been wanting to admit that these people have been wanting to harm you, wanting to endanger you, when you were just their service. You were just people who were helping them. Now that you took away your help, took away your reward, they are overwhelmed with instability. I'm hearing that some of them are starving to death. They don't have enough money to meet, to pay for their bills. Some of them, they are disabled. They don't have any help with their disabilities. Some of them don't have literacy, reading and writing skills, or access to technology. So they are without the information that they need. They need medical assistance. They are not getting that. They have, some of them, they were expecting inheritance from a will. They were expecting some type of legal matter to work out in their favor. They will not be getting any kind of, they will not be getting any financial reward. Okay. You demanded a total reform of this person's life. You demanded, through your service, you were very rigorous in them changing their life. You were very rigorous in them in the service. You were very rigorous in their medical assistance. You were very rigorous in their health, right? You showed a lot of initiative in this situation. You were this person's power. Now they are disempowered. Empowering women and children at risk daily. And they are left doomed without any kind of support. This is very harsh, friends. Very harsh karma, okay? Because you are giving birth to something new, okay? Without your service, they have nothing. They are starving. I'm hearing some of them, they don't have any food. They don't have any, their cars keep breaking down. Their cars keep breaking down. I'm hearing their partners, people that they thought would support them, are no longer supporting them. Linda, amen. Y'all, these people who wanted to bring you misery in a conflict with you, and you were a saint, I'm hearing they are doomed. What failures? Their life is over. They hated your power and expression. They wanted to bring you misery. They wanted to stop your service. They wanted to stop you from bringing truth. They wanted to stop you from having truth. They wanted to stop you from having closure. Please go off and be great. Confirmed. You are a big siren as well. I think that's the issue. But the bad thing about the siren's call is that you will have a lot of infeasible relationships. Okay? You have made a decision because you have been taking a stance on what you believe is right and wrong in a situation. You were a striking force. You were very impactful in their life. You were their empowerment. But now that you have integrated your knowing around this conflict and come into acceptance around the things that you cannot change. We can't change. Even if we love them, we can't. They hated you. And you were just trying to help them. You were just there to support them. There has been a significant reversal in the circumstances. Significant. People who thought that they were on the up and up. Yikes. KOs. Some people who wanted to compete for your career and money. A knockout. They had a huge lack of discernment when it came to fucking with you. Some of them can't count 1, 2, 3. Please don't try me. Don't. How they treat us is more important than how we feel about them. Watching you from a fake social media account for life. It's over. You have everything you need and they are left with nothing. I'm hearing something about them. They house then got stripped bare. They don't have nothing. And I'm also hearing other people have come into the truth about how they have been in one-sided relationships with these people. They are Peter Pans. They refuse to grow up and make responsible decisions. They know that they needed to comply in order to have your service. You demanded a total reform. It was not, they were not going to have their way with you. They were not going, some of them are patriarchal, misogynistic, normalizing abuse of women, when they have been the one without literacy. 1, 2, 3. Why can't you see? I'm confused. Unable to meet the requirements, unable to follow basic rules. They posed as a greater liability than they were an opportunity. Some of you, this may have involved a financial opportunity, and you took a risk with some of these people. But some of you knew that you would have to be of service to them. You knew you would need to teach them. But we cannot compromise with terrorists. We cannot compromise with people who want to bring about misery to our soul. We cannot give anyone permission to make us feel things that we don't feel. Some of them, they wanted to make you feel a negative emotion by choosing someone weaker and less fortunate than you. We most definitely are not going to internalize anything about our beauty, capability, or anything, especially when you're dealing with a 4 out of 10, especially when you're trying to put 2 4s together to make a 10. You are the one that can't read and write. You are the one that don't have literacy. You are the one, 1, 2, 3, rudimentary math, can't put 2 and 2 together, can't put 3 and 3 together, 3 and 3 together, and coming out with 4s and miss them opportunities as well. Some of them, they leaving out the situation with nothing. These other options that they thought they had, them people don't like them no more because of how abusive and patriarchal and misogynistic they are. You've been needing our help. You've been the one that's been sick. You've been the one that hasn't had any personal power. Now you're doomed because no one wants you. Nobody wants them. Now they see you with all the social and financial opportunities. 1, 2, 3, why can't you see? That's so good. Thank you for making me feel better about such a dysfunctional situation. The reason why it's been dysfunctional is because something has been going on a subconscious level. There's been a conflict with this person on a subconscious level. It's very clear that they have been the ones at the, I don't know, something about them. They have been delusional. Extremely. Let's wrap. Facing very unfavorable circumstances, and you came in and you were like, I am here to help. They grew hostile and resentful, did something to bring about misery, and now they have been, they some of them, they tried to replace you, or they tried to obscure the truth around something, a conflict in the environment, trying to stop you from having a future. Some of them, they wanted to stop you from having a future. Somebody's name is Andre. They didn't want to see you get promoted at work. Some of them, they didn't want to see you have a future, a career, things going for yourself. Now they're the ones with the terrible reputation. Your life is over. Doomed. Look how them tables, how they always turn. You thought we wasn't going to get our justice? Let me show you better than I can tell you, clown. You accepted this grief as soon as you realized that they was trying to bring about misery. As soon as you realized they was mad about something, you're like, all right, let me turn those tables and show you how successful I really am. They're failures, and they are overwhelmed with fears and anxieties and extremely unstable. You have put up your energetic and emotional boundaries. Protect yourself from these energy vampires. They have been trying to stop you from having a future reality. They have been trying to keep you at a crossroad, keep you at this point of failure, keep you at this point of grief, of not healing, unresolved, because of something that has been going on in the subconscious. And everybody in the environment want to lie. Some of them, they've been juggling other options, juggling other timelines, and not making a decision, not complying, not growing up and being responsible. They know that these other options and timelines ain't making sense, especially some of them with an ex. If they have been failing for 30 years with an ex, why are you continuously making that decision? Are you dumb? You must be dumb. So I'm most definitely not going to waste my time on that. Now they see you shifting into a new potential. Okay? He's my boss. Spot on. Friends. Them bosses, they be masked. People who are older than you, they see you more successful than them at an early age. Big fails. Big losers in life. Some of them are pretentious and try to act like they have more knowledge and wisdom than they actually have. And they see you actually connected to truth. They see through your expression. They did not get away with this. Those abusive bosses that wanted to stop you from getting promoted, they wanted to act like they was having all type of care and concern about your career. You a fucking clown, you fucking liar. And some of them, first of all, excuse my language, y'all. Some of them are struggling with their sexuality. Trapped in a closet. Somebody's name is Leland. Some of these bosses, they wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. Some of them, they've got a very unintimidating presence. But something about you, you know, they've been behind and going around trying to stop you from being successful. They were a great danger to you. This is very risky. This discrimination and injury in the workplace. Please go off and be great. They are left in misery. Been new. You clocking. I'm living right now. Please, man, let me clock that T. Because some of these people, they try to hide behind these masks. These bosses at work, co-workers, they hate to see you achieving at work. Some of them, they knew from the beginning that you were smarter than them and that all you needed to do was get your technical skills up or something like that, and that you would have a better future than them. They knew that you would have a better future than them. Because they were just pretending to be good at this. They were just pretending to have knowledge. If you felt like you didn't get trained right, if you felt like you didn't get all the information that you needed to be successful, some of y'all work day and night to find the missing pieces so that you can be successful in your role. First of all, if some of y'all, especially those watching the replay, if this boss or this authority in the workplace, when they were removed from you, when they were removed, there was a sudden shift in your understanding of your work. When you got a new boss, you learned somebody who actually gave you the information that you need. Some of them were withholding pertinent information that you needed to be successful in your role. Some of them have been around slandering you in the environment so that you would not have a good reputation with the colleagues. A wolf dressed in sheep's clothing. They wanted to bring misery. And that is all the closure that you need. Oh, but I love them. No, how they treat, like you said, how they treat us is more important than how we feel about them. Let's wrap. Couldn't comply with basic shit. You can't communicate. You can't wake up on time. You can't brush your teeth. You can't take a shower, Anita. Some of y'all, these people would not comply with basic rules. Some of them, you were living in if you have been having roommates, a dormitory, or something like that, there have been people who have been totally disrespecting the community. Why on earth would you live in a community with 7, 8, 10 people and play an obnoxious and obscene amount of music? Making loud noises, bouncing, like I'm hearing big gorilla dump steps on the floor. Like this person somebody is extremely noisy, loud, ghetto, classless, obese. Some of them wanted to fight you for your beauty. They knew that you were a success. They knew that you had a unique life and a great routine. Now that you finally closed the door on certain timelines, you are shifting and moving away from these idiots. It's the best thing that you could have ever did than to leave these people where they're at. Don't feel sorry for these. You know they failures. You know they failures in life. I'm hearing it's a AAA out here. Somebody, Andre, Ashley, Angel, Anita. There's a lot of A names here. Alexander. Big failures. Q's, W's, H's. I'm hearing you're starting to notice also, now that you're shifting and changing, P's, poor people, friends. Now that you are shifting, you will start to understand the synchronicities. You will start to understand, you will see patterns around these karmic challenges. I have grown so much awareness around certain and how to look out, having foresight, even with my third eye chakra activation, trusting my God's plan, trusting God's plan. You are being tested with all these different karmic challenges. You need to see the patterns, see the synchronicities. You can see them. You have foresight now. I'm gonna keep out for them letter A's. I'm gonna keep out. I'm gonna keep a lookout for them, fixed modalities. Cancer, Scorpio. What is this? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm gonna look out for jealous partners. I'm gonna look out for slander. I'm gonna look out for the failures that I try to help. Some of them will turn into enemies. I'm gonna look out for unattractive people because I know that they're going to be intimidated and angry at my beauty just because. Put yourself in their shoes. It ain't my fault that you ugly and unfortunate. Unattractive, unemployed. What did Cardi say? Unattractive, unemployed. It ain't my fault. Don't have no money, don't have no food, no groceries. Don't have no medical care, don't have no family. Don't have no external validation. Don't have no business, and don't have no intelligence. Cosmics. This is a cosmic intelligence. You ain't got none. You can't even spell right. I'm hearing so many typos. People at work, typos. Lots of errors in work. Phew, thank you for doing God's work. I really need this word today. I'm happy. I wasn't going to go on at first, but some told me, I'm like, I need to get this message out because there's a big shift, a big change happening now that you have integrated your knowing around these conflicts that have been occurring on a subconscious level. You know the truth, so you can close these timelines, move yourself from a crossroad with people who are trying to linger and keep you from your future reality. People who are trying to waste time, money, and energy because they ultimately want to see you, in misery. They don't want to see new potentials. If they haven't been able to comply by now, they're not going to ever change, okay? Failures, they did. Temperance, something isn't moderate about this situation. Something is ill-tempered, unbalanced. Something ain't right here. You needed to integrate your knowing. Failure. There's some resistance has been here. Why is there resistance? Why is there fighting? There's unseen forces at play. But you are so determined with the Chariot to advance forward in your life. People who want to throw resistance, they want to stop you from moving forward. They want to stop you from advancing. Stay determined. Your actions today manifest your future reality. What is this resistance? Make a decision. Don't have resistance around anybody with, lingering. Nobody they failed. They're a failure. Leave them alone. Please go off and be great. You know who you are. You know what you want. You make decisions. You are not a Peter Pan. You are mature. You are responsible. These people are liabilities. They are a risk to you. Hi, Justin. I got my Powerball tickets tonight. Fingers crossed. There is no gambling. I've gotten this across the collective multiple times. Are you doing it for fun every now and again? But we do not rely on luck rather than hard work. Work your ass off. We don't care how tired you is, Justin. That's my classmate, y'all. LOL. You're very clear about this resistance. Very clear about this resistance. I'm a full-time gambler. You know what? I actually did know. I got this podcast. There's someone here. There's someone who actually studies these probabilities. I'm not mad at that. If it's your career, it's your career, friend. Okay? But for others, if you just out here and got nothing going, please stop going to break the bank. You clown. Rudimentary math, 1, 2, 3. If you got $5 in your account and you go buy 2 scratch-offs instead of putting the gas in your car, Please understand your risk. You are endangering yourself. You're a failure. Okay? Tell me about this Temperance. What's going on, right? Too much going on. Spiritual new beginning, right? Oh, clarifying this chariot. I'm hearing something where you were previously disadvantaged. Now, I definitely feel like, this someone here, if this is a romantic partner, something about you guys, there is a divine masculine. There is a divine masculine, and you guys are making way to new potentials, but they needed to release options. This person has had resistance around other options because they have had an underlying resentment towards you. They have been in conflict with you, so they have been still considering these other timelines. They have been very moody and indecisive about you, but they are trying to stand up to releasing these other options. Some of them, they're just chicken shit around leaving an ex and becoming independent. They can't do nothing on their own. They know that they're a risk. They know that they're a failure. This is their only opportunity to make things good. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. I ain't gonna, some of them, they keep going in and out with this planning. They are not able to take required actions. They've been in the planning for a long time. Make a decision. Grow. Make a decision. Now. We don't wait. I'm so tired of waiting. I don't want to hear no more waiting. Make a decision now. We do not wait. You are wasting time. You can be you can die dead to me. We don't wait for nobody. All that bullshit, we done. Hurry the fuck up or die. Time is money. You are missing valuable opportunities. Stop planning because you feel burdened about some other options. What? We don't even making sense right now. This shit ain't making sense. No more waiting. Now or never. Because we're changing very fast. You better hurry up. Get with it or get lost. Get left behind. Dead to me. Grow the fuck up and make a decision. We tired. Stop. We don't need... You over here entertaining other options? Well, number one is waiting. What the fuck are you doing? Stop. We are tired of waiting. We don't wait for anybody. When I say now, that means now. Do it now. Take the trash out now. Fired now. We don't waste and we don't wait. Time is money. I don't fuck around, Justin. News flash to a lot of motherfuckers. If you thought that I was sitting around wasting time, I'm shifting into my new potential. Excuse me, if you're new to the channel, I'm usually not this angry. But we are not waiting. Stop wasting our fucking time. Endangering everybody. Putting you and themselves at risk. You are making very bad decisions because you won't grow up and be responsible. Now it's over. The nail is going in the coffin. We don't give a fuck no more because we have a new opportunity. It's too late. Some of them who thinking that they can come back after choosing other people. Sheesh, you're stuck in that grief-stricken reality now. You're left with nothing, especially for the ones who wanted to bring about misery to our soul. What kind of illusions did you go off into? Oh, I needed to work on myself. I was a Knight of Wands. I was unclear about something. I was living in the past and, had a conflict around a missed opportunity. Well, you had. I'm not sure why on earth you were went into some type of delusion when number one, has been the clear value. I don't know what type of illusion you went off into with the past option, with the lame, when number one has had the clear value. What have you been attracting to? Why are you attracted there? What's going on? Why are we waiting? Bye. Have a nice life. You're doomed because you thought you had some wishful thinking and illusions while putting someone at risk and harm. You've been off in a living in the past with an old option. Why on earth would you endanger? That means that you didn't value. That means you didn't value. You considered another option and timeline that was already missed. I'm not sure what burdened you to go back to that when in endangering, putting yourself and number one at risk. What was the resistance about? What was the fighting about? Speaking into existence. Anger is passion. With every intense anger, there's a hidden gem of insight. Me trying to remember my affirmations. Y'all, this person, they were doing something very immature. A Peter Pan, somebody, they have been putting you both at risk. I'm hearing something about your health and safety has been at risk because of someone who was doing something immature and going back to situations that failed with an ex-partner and an ex-prostitute and growing resentment at you for you know, expressing yourself, demanding their reform, demanding that they do things the right way, and they have been refusing to grow up and be responsible. Now we're going to leave you there to suffer because you're a liability. All this waste, all this stuff, this waste and all these immaturities, all this risk, it's not worth it. Please go off and be great. They do not deserve you. Googly eye girls are gorgeous. When I win, I definitely won't wait. Okay, Frank. Okay, Justin, please don't let me know now. Please, Justin, let me know, please. As soon as you get the money, please don't let me know. Please, Justin, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't play. Because a man, when they see true value in front of them, they not going to wait. What's happening? What are all these other options and wishful thinkings and illusions that you went off on? Lacking clarity? Resisting because of some type of missed opportunity with somebody in the past? Who was you feeling? You was feeling somebody else? Okay. Can you go and feel them again? That's dead and gone. It's over. And so are we. Change, right? And they are left to carry the burden of this conflict alone. While you resolve it peacefully, they won't stop being able to live in the past. Because they've been sitting here. I gotta start making some decisions. I don't know what to do. Why don't you know what to do? Please, some of y'all, please go be great. Because the way that people live, I don't have no patience. We don't wait for nobody. These changes need to happen now. There is risk and danger. And you sitting up living in the past about something? Some of them, they're very aware.
Here's what I found.
They're very aware that this is a matter of urgency. They're very aware that this is a matter of priority. They're very aware. You're not making any decisions yet? The reason why there's a delay is because something more obscure is happening. The reason that there's a delay is because there's an underlying conflict. It's not so much as, oh, they had, they had other options, other timelines, right? Baggage from the past, everybody. Rite of passage when you're trying to move into a future reality. But you need to make a conscious decision. You are changing and shifting into a new reality. Because now you know that this is not just about, oh, I need to go resolve myself from past things. It's because there is a conflict where someone intended to bring about misery. Let's go back to your intention. It's not just that you were burdened by your past mistakes, right? Where you missed opportunities with people. We're not, okay, that's external factors that we can't change or control. My compassion for your loss and suffering. But what we can hold you accountable for is that you intended to bring about misery and suffering. You knew that this was a matter of urgency. We don't give a fuck what's happening in the past. A righteous heart will make a decision, but because they're fake, because they refuse to grow up, make decisions that are important, prioritize, they have not been handling this challenge and setback. And they are going to be left with the burden now because you are expanding, you are shifting away from them. People who have been unable to grow up and be responsible, they now watch you from a fake social media account, change and get a new opportunity. So you don't even have to consider their option anymore. You don't need them anymore. Okay, new levels, new devils. I love you too, Justin. Love somebody, love somebody like you. I'm waiting to love somebody like you. Okay, Justin. You waiting to love somebody like me, Justin? How long you been watching me? You've been waiting on one of your fake social media accounts. Justin, please let them know that we have plenty of options and plenty of opportunities around here. We're not gonna be sitting up at no crossroads with somebody who keeps living in the past about a missed opportunity. It feels like that's what you're valuing more. You're wishing that you can go back to that instead of valuing true success. Those are already failures. Those are already lames. You see a 10 out of 10, and the truth is, the reason why you can't comply is because you have an underlying animosity. Justin, Justin, you find me very attractive. Thank you. Justin, you cute too. I always thought you was cute, but one of my best friend in college had a crush on you. So I was like, I ain't gonna even bark up that tree. I love you too. I love you too. But you guys, that's what I'm seeing right now, okay? I want you guys to know it's okay. Do not feel guilty from walking away from these people, right? Some of them, they've been living in the past and they've been, their other options failed through. They had a wishful thinking that they can restore something from the past. And that seems like that's what they valued more than the intimate and caring, nurturing relationship that they formed with you, where you guys had harmony, you guys had partnership, cooperation, and you were safe and secure. Now that they have ruined that with their Peter Pan syndrome, now that they've ruined that with their poor decision making, some of them, they're left endangered. They're the ones that are doomed and suffering in watching you with a new opportunity. The reason why they have been dwelling in the past is because they have had a resentment towards you, and that is the resistance from moving into the new reality. All of these enemies, friends, people who have been in secret competitions, people who do not want to see you get promoted, people who do not want to see you have wealth and financial security, they are the ones that are failing now. They are the ones lacking success, not growing. No securities or establishments, no organizations, no business acumen. You can't read and write, and you don't know what you're doing. So we're gonna leave them where they are. Not me shipping you, just You said women overlook me. I get it. Justin, nobody overlooked you. I think our cohort was just a little weird to begin with, especially when it came to like, it was like there was a set of pretty girls that never got approached. Like in our cohort, there was a set of pretty girls that never got approached, and there was a set of like popular guys that like like they rotated like a select group of like girls. Like I feel like, I don't know, Justin, I don't know, how do you feel? Because I feel like our cohort was weird, because I feel like, you know, for me at least, I've always had this issue with my classmates. I never date men in my cohort. I never date men in my class. I never date men at my school. They're always too intimidating. I had one boyfriend while I was in college, and he was 2 years older than me. He actually was 5 years older than me, but 2 grades older than me. And so like, I feel like it's not that women are overlooking you. It's that some people may be intimidated by you. Um, like, I'm not gonna say I was intimidated by you, but I just did not think that you would go for a girl like me. That'd be the thing. It'd be like, you know, that'd be the thing. Especially like, I feel like the Omegas at our school, I did not like our chapter at all. So I kind of just all like, I just kind of like associated y'all all with like the Georgia Tech cues as well. I was just like not feeling. I was not feeling no, like I'm never feeling it. Like I'm never feeling it. I'm always just like, y'all don't understand me. It's 110% facts. Like for real, Justin, like for real. Women want what they don't have. They do. I feel like people in general want what they don't have, right? Like especially like as it pertains to this situation, like it's like as soon as people realize that they miss an opportunity, like that's when they start to value it, right? They don't value the opportunity when it's there. They value it after it's already missed and gone. And that's what's happening for a lot of us, okay? And we're having to move forward and move beyond a lot of these situations and things, and having a lot of new beginnings. I hope that makes sense. I feel like Mercury, so y'all, as a matter of fact, it was supposed to be up already. I gotta go. Realization pick card is getting posted right now. You know, Mercury retrograde. I feel like my throat chakra is so bad right now. Mercury retrograde is definitely retrograding, so I have not felt myself. So, you know, you guys just try to keep your heads up and things of that nature. Reverse psychology is where we are. Like as soon as you take your attention off of somebody, that's when they start chasing after you, right? Like and then I'm like, I literally can watch in the tarot the reverse psychology as well. Like it's crazy. But y'all, I got